The education system is changing, and I believe that single parents are going to have the hardest time dealing with those changes. Single parents always have the heaviest burden to carry, and as traditional schools start to lose teachers and more families are moving to new learning alternatives, single parents are going to feel the most pressure. So this channel is my attempt to help. So if you're a single parent, this channel is aimed at you, and you got to know I've worked with parents for almost 2 decades. And I've been richly blessed by these parents, by these interactions with single parents. Even though I was paid to help them, they usually ended up helping me become a better dad to my own kids. Now, I often say that the only force in the universe that rivals the awesome power of God is the power of a parent who's fighting for their child. And single parents fight harder than any other parent I've ever seen. So you inspired me to fight for my kids. And now as my kids are reaching the age where they're launching and getting out of the house, I want to come alongside you and help you grow capable, competent, future-ready kids. So over the coming weeks, it's going to be my prayer that these videos are going to help you understand education and how you can better navigate your kids through it. I'll also be offering free classes, probably on a weekly basis, where you can call in for Q&A and we can talk. So if you find this channel useful, the information on it, if you find it useful, then you've got 2 next moves. The first is you must forward this video to the parent of your child's best friend. Now, I know that sounds strange, but all the videos I'm producing, they work best in community. And the biggest risk of being a single parent is that you are isolated. So step 1 is beginning to build what I call your assistant coaching staff. And the parent of your child's best friend is going to have to be a part of that team. We'll talk about how later. But the second thing you got to do is to understand the battle you are in is far more difficult than when I was raising my own kids. For parents today, they're battling Facebook, and Instagram, and Disney, and TikTok, and Xbox, and McDonald's, and Flaming Hot Cheetos, and trillions of dollars of business power aimed at teaching your child exactly what they want him to know. So this is a form of education, but it's rarely thought of that way. For most of us, education is school, right? They're synonyms, but they're very different. Education is everything your child learns in their neighborhood, at work, at church, on the ball field, and especially at home, y'all. School is just one place where learning happens. Sometimes it happens, oftentimes it doesn't. So this channel is about authentic education, the type of education that makes the learner, your child, want to learn more. The type of education that once starts, it catalyzes a lifetime of learning in your child. That's what you're looking for. And in the last 20 years, education has changed so dramatically, but most of us parents are still working under the same assumptions and practices that we grew up in. And most schools, let's be honest, they look, feel, taste, and smell just like the school you and I attended. And that's a huge problem, especially in a world that's constantly changing and changing faster and faster. So this channel is for any parent, any single parent who's skeptical or concerned or frustrated about why or how or what your kids are learning, who are afraid of what's going to happen with your children in the future. And most of the time, you just don't know what to do about it. Well, this channel is going to help you, and it's going to help you in 3 ways. First, as you begin to understand how education works, you're going to begin to see opportunities that you never knew existed before. The second is this channel will help you understand how learning has changed and how things like decentralization and distributed networks, how they are radically altering how all of us learn. The third point, it's going to also help you become really strategic about your child's education, how to work in partnership with other parents and neighbors, how to support and align your work with teachers, but also how to sometimes challenge. And most importantly, how to connect your child to the ecosystem of education that is now available to every single child with an internet connection. So on this channel, we'll look at all things education so you can begin building a learning strategy for your child that is rock solid and well defended. So the last thing I will say is that I want you to buckle up, because I can only promise you 2 things on this journey. First, is that nothing of what I tell you is going to be easy. But the second is that all of it will be absolutely worth it. So if you are ready, then let's begin. Hey, we're not done just getting started. So if you found this helpful, share it with the parent of your child's best friend, subscribe, and join me for a weekly live conversation where we're talking about educating kids in the 21st century. More information below.